Hey guys, this is Inverse, and you're watching another Company of Heroes retail first-person video cast. Today I will be playing Americans against Dr. Joseph Mengel's Wehrmacht on Angoville. This is going to be an educational cast with a focus on unit placement and reacting to your opponent's tech. It's a fairly quick game, but it'll hopefully give me plenty of time to go over a few of those points and comment on some other things throughout the game. But before I get to the game itself, just a few shoutouts. If you guys haven't seen it already, Harlequin Co-O, his channel is at the very top of my channels list. He started a fairly long time ago a Company of Heroes Online Invitational Tournament and has finally posted up some of the games. I encourage you to check them out. Thanks to all the people who have been giving me support for the games of mine that were up there. I played Automed in the first round. Go ahead and check out the games. I feel all three of them were fairly solid, fairly entertaining at the very least. So yeah, go check that out and check out Harlequin's channel. Lots of great stuff on there. So getting to the game, Angoville, great American map. Most Wehrmacht players tend to go to the left side, and the reason for this is it's very wide open. If you spam wire, it makes it very difficult for an American player to flank around, whereas on the right hand side there's a lot of hedges and a lot of buildings, and given the not so recent, I mean it's been almost 2 years since the MG in buildings got changed from shooting instantly and in only one direction to being able to change windows but having a delay before it shoots. Buildings are a lot more difficult to use as Wehrmacht early game unless you have a lot of supporting units. So with that in mind, the left hand side's usually a better bet for Wehrmacht players, just because the right with all the buildings and hedges makes it very easy for the American player to flank. Flamers extremely powerful, and just being able to get up close to your opponent before the MGs start firing is just such a valuable ability to have. Engagement on the right hand side. I notice he is capping, so I'm going to toss my engineers into yellow cover. Because I shot while they were still capping, I should be able to win that even without these rifles coming into support, but my rifles are going to push him off, so I'm going to get a little bit of a head start on the capping just because I know he's going to have to retreat or lose the squad. He actually does almost lose it, but I think he is going to manage to get out of there. Most people tend to send their first rifle squad to the right and then loop it right over to the left-hand side to try to secure the left. I tend to like to cap that right-hand side strategic point and then send it up to the right-hand side. This just guarantees you push off that first pioneer, and it also lets you flank around with that rifle squad and maybe even catch an unset up MG. Now I see right there a sniper, and that is very interesting. It means he most likely went sniper first right out of the Wehrmacht quarters. That's not really a good idea to do if you're a Wehrmacht player. Going sniper early, going sniper probably third unit is the earliest you should really do it. You can do it earlier. It's just so risky because, as you notice right now, his only capping units are his two pioneers, and I pushed both of them off. One on the right-hand side and just now one on the left-hand side. And that's not good for him because he has no fuel right now. Just this point right now, it is now, what, 4 minutes into the game, and I have both fuel points. I'm going to be very comfortable going fast bars. I can really dictate my tech at this point. I can do whatever the heck I want, and my opponent is going to have to react to me because I have the fuel dominance. If he doesn't see bars, he's going to have to go tier 2. If he sees bars, he's probably going to have to go tier 2 as well, just because he won't have the fuel for tier 3. And another thing to note is he did show his sniper on the right hand side. It's going to take a sniper a while to get to the left hand side, so my units on the left are probably going to be alright. I am, however, moving my rifles up on the right hand side. Something to note when fighting against an early sniper: a lot of players like to go weapon support center early against a sniper. That's a very risky move. What you want to do instead is play as aggressively as possible, preferably getting bars, and just push your opponent off, force him to retreat, flank him so that you catch the sniper in its retreat path, and you're almost guaranteed to kill it if you have bars. That is really the most reliable way to counter a sniper. When you think about it, a sniper needs over 10 kills in order to make itself worth its cost. If it's just shooting, if it is just shooting riflemen, it needs at least, I don't know, like 12 or something. Ooh, I killed the pioneer. It needs at least something like 12 kills, just because a reinforcing rifleman is 27 manpower, and a sniper costs 340 manpower. So that's a lot of manpower spent on an early game unit, and if your opponent can't keep it alive and can't kill high value targets, it's kind of not worth it for him. And if you can kill it before it can kill something important, or before it can do too much manpower damage to you, you're in great shape. Your opponent will be behind. My opponent actually did something very, very stupid here and put low health Volks in a bunker. Not only do flamers do additional damage to units in bunkers, but the Volk squad was at very low health, meaning the crit chance for the pioneers was extremely high, and I actually do end up taking out that Volk squad, which was very, very helpful to me. So what I'm going to be doing, I have I think I'm getting my 4th rifle on the field right now. I'm going to flank this MG, and bars did just pop, so what I'm trying to do up there is I'm going to focus down the MG, just because if I can kill it and then retreat, that's very good for me. I do manage to kill it, then I'm going to get out of there, so I'm already up. He has already lost 2 tier 1 units, so I'm feeling fairly comfortable. This guy was actually a level 14, which kind of made me laugh. But I have played this guy before, and he was sketchy to say the least. But anyways, what I'm going to try to do is, I know he's lost a whole heck of a lot of manpower. I am spamming mines with infantry companies, defensive operations, I think it's called. And I am going to get a weapon support center, just because I see right there the medic bunker, and I'm going to try to shoot the medics, which is something I need to do better and didn't do much the entire game. But I do know he's going tier 2, so a sniper and potentially a mortar is going to be useful regardless. I'm just going to have to be careful and make sure I don't reveal my sniper until I have a chance to counter snipe, unless I manage to kill the sniper beforehand. And what I'm doing right now is, I know his sniper is right over there. I also know he doesn't have much support because he's lost a ton of units. So what I'm doing is sending the leftmost rifle squad right there. I'm sending it into the sniper's retreat path, and I'm also rushing with the bar rifles. I know my rifles are probably going to be able to take out that Volk squad if he doesn't retreat. And even if he does, I'm going to take out that sniper regardless. And he's going to try to retreat, and yeah, picked it off right there. So that's a huge, huge moment for me. I am extremely far ahead at this point. I actually might take out this Volk squad. Probably not, though. No, but he has lost an MG, a Volks, and a sniper. The only way he is going to be able to get back into this game is if I feed him a ton of free grenadiers in this medic bunker, and he manages to squeeze out Vet 2, which isn't actually that expensive when you think about it. If you're not teching to anything else, Vet 2 is actually fairly cheap. I'm going to get my supply yard just in case. I'm also using the tactical map. Tactical map, very, very useful. Only thing to keep in mind is a move order on the tactical map is attack move. So if you issue a move order and your opponent, and you run into like a pioneer or something, you're going to stop to attack them, which is good sometimes if it's an important unit that you want to attack. It's also annoying and bad other times. I'm also getting a triage center. Early triage center is great. I actually did let him get a free grand, which was kind of sloppy of me. The only reason this game goes longer than right now is because he gets like 5 free grands or something like that. Because I was not very much on my game this game. But am I getting a sniper? I should be getting a sniper. He actually built another sniper. So there's no way he's going to have any sort of tech anytime soon. I'm getting another flamer. I'm going to have to retreat some of these riflemen. I actually should have flanked that MG in hindsight. I just saw the MG and figured, oh no, I need to run away. I do get vet. And I think I got sticky bombs. The reason to get sticky bombs, it won't be a reason in the new retail patch because they removed these bonuses, but in retail right now, any rifle upgrades aside from grenades give you, actually no, I don't think grenades give you vet received bonus, however you'd say that. But bars and stickies and the supplier upgrades give you an increase to the rate at which your riflemen gain vet, and vetted rifles are really the best way to counter anything late game that Wehrmacht can throw at you. Now you will notice he has been able to pull back a little bit of the right hand side. He is capping under fire, which is probably a bad idea, but I am going to be forced to retreat. I'm trying to flank, but this was really not a good idea, and the one sniper shot's going to force me out of there. So what I am just doing right now, I am going to wait for my sniper to pop. I'm going to wait for my rifles to reinforce, and I'm just going to flank him one more time. Because at this point, he has gotten one, he might have even gotten a second free gren at this point, or he might have just built another gren. Because I'm assuming, given his map control and the situation, that he's pretty much been forced into tier 2. He can't really do anything else. Sniper hopping on hotkey 3. I do that just because it's easier to control it. You want your sniper on a hotkey. You also want shock units on hotkeys, or not hotkeys, control groups, sorry. Just because it makes it a lot easier to control them, especially high value units like vehicles and snipers. I do get howitzer shoot. That's going to help me. A good tactic when you flank is to not necessarily drop howitzer shoot on the bunker, because bunkers, especially if your opponent went defensive, which is not necessarily unlikely when you're talking about a heavy tier 2 strategy. I'm trying to get in position to counter snipe, but my opponent doesn't really bite. He is going to, however, run over that mine, which is nice, and does kill 2 men. But at this point, I'm just kind of waiting. I actually made a big mistake right there by trying to right click on the sniper to counter snipe him. You never want to do that. What you want to do instead is just attack move anywhere, and the priority of the sniper is greatest when shooting at other snipers. So you can really exploit this and use attack move to make it a lot easier to micro your snipers. I'm also going to manage to decrew a MG, and I'm going to recrew it with my rifles. MGs are extremely difficult to deal with as Wehrmacht, just because they don't really have a good solid flanking unit like the rifle squad. I actually accidentally retreat that squad, which was annoying, and my sniper decided not to shoot and to shoot the MG instead, which was also extremely annoying. So I have now revealed my sniper, so I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with the sniper. I know he retreated his sniper, so I'm going to, I think I'm going to take a shot. I should take a shot. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot. He knows I have a sniper right now, so there's no point in me hiding it, and if his sniper's in the base, he's going to take a little bit of time to get back out onto the base. I do get the on-map howitzer upgrade, but I'm going to instead tech the tank depot. I really need some kind of shock at this point, just because he has managed to take that fuel back, and if I'm not careful, he might roll out with tier 3, maybe even tier 4, and that'd just be annoying. I could deal with it, just given my ridiculous advantage and lead at this point. It would just not be the sure win that it really should have been if my play hadn't been so sloppy earlier in the game and at this point in the game. I'm actually probably going to walk right in. I'm not going to walk right into an MG. That would really suck though. But never keep your units in groups of more than 2, and if you're going to group 2 units together, make sure it's a rifle and a flamer. Never group 2 rifles together. It's really counterproductive. One rifle can handle anything short of a vet 2 or 3 grand, essentially, especially once you get upgrades, especially once you get bars. Bars pretty much handles any unvetted Wehrmacht infantry. Now I do see him setting up his MG. He's actually going to catch my engineers, because engineers get suppressed when you sneeze at them. And he's going to catch my rifles too, because my rifles are stupid and poking outside the hedge. But I am walking around. I'm probably going to tech 2 grenades if I haven't already. I have a ton of munitions. If you see, that's one thing about Angoville. Ridiculous munitions income. I'm going to move my MG up just to support. And what I'm doing right here, he's running right at my sniper, which is not good for me. So I'm going to push forward with my rifles just a little bit, just to take some attention away and hopefully get my sniper out of danger, which is what I did manage to do right there. So my MG going to finally set up. Rifles also coming in. I do have a rifle squad flanking around. Yeah, there you see another free grunt squad, so that's I don't know, 3 now or something. And I'm flanking, but it's not really going to do much. He is doing a good job of focus firing with those Grands. I am, however, flanking around with a few more squads, and this one rifle squad, yep, going to be forced to retreat, and he thinks I map hack, which was funny, I guess, because I walked into his sniper with a flanking squad, which, you know, would never happen. Like, if you leave your sniper beside every single one of your infantry units and I'm running at your infantry units, chances are I'm going to reveal your sniper. So I'm going to move my MG up a little bit. I did tech 2 grenades. This was kind of a sloppy flank. I should have retreated a few of those squads a little bit earlier. I should have retreated that engineer a lot earlier. In fact, he is going to get out, however. And I'm not shooting the medics, if you'll notice. I did give a attack order to my sniper, but he's cloaked, so he moves pretty much at the same speed as the medics. I did throw a grenade, and it's probably going to, yep, decruise the MG, and he is getting way too many free squads at this point, and Freeman, my sniper, is going to hopefully take a shot. I am going to drop Artie on the bunker. I'm hoping he doesn't notice and doesn't actually retreat those squads. I'm also getting a Sherman. However, that means I won't have a big infantry presence on the field at this point because I won't have the manpower to reinforce. And I also managed to bait the Wehrmacht infantry into my MG with my sniper. If you tap the unit sniped icon, and he actually almost kills my sniper with a grenade, which is kind of funny. If you tap the unit sniped icon in the top left when your unit gets sniped, tap that, and the camera will actually follow the location of the sniper, even when it's cloaked. This happens in retail. It doesn't happen in Company of Heroes Online. Oh, sorry, yawn. Oh. It doesn't happen in Company of Heroes Online. They changed that, but in retail, it's been part of the game for so long that it was pretty much agreed upon that it wouldn't be changed in the beta, and I don't think it's going to be. It just make for a slew of other balance issues. Would change the effectiveness of snipers, which means you'd have to change the effectiveness of the counters to snipers, and in all honesty, snipers in retail are fine right now. If you micro them well, you will keep them alive unless your opponent micros better, which is how it should be. But anyways, my Sherman is finally on the field, and what I'm doing right now with my mouse is I'm looking around for packs, because packs, as I've mentioned multiple times in other casts, leave green cover even in the Fog of War. If there is green cover in the middle of a field, hey, there's a pack right there, and you probably want to avoid that. So I don't see any packs, which means he either has one in his base and he's being very, very conservative about it, or he just doesn't have one, in which case I pretty much win at this point. He does have a Shrek, and he also has Vet 2 for his infantry, which makes me think he's going to rely on Shrek Grens for his entire AT. I also do think he is defensive given the tiny amount of damage my artillery barrage actually did to his bunker. However, a big mistake of mine right now is not capping back that fuel point. I actually let him have that fuel for way too long. I'm going to snipe the medics with my sniper. An interesting thing to note, medics actually give snipers vet experience. I think it's like 1 vet experience, which is the same as like a pioneer or something. So if you shot enough medics and you just shot medics with a sniper, you could theoretically get a vet 3 sniper. So keep that in mind. Even if you are playing Wehrmacht and you make medic bunkers and you love medic bunkers, you're giving your opponent snipers and even their infantrymen, because rifles of course gain vet the same way, you're giving them free vet. And that is kind of a problem because rifle vet is so ridiculously powerful. I am also probably, yes, going to drop off-map artillery. It is a bad idea to place weapons teams of any sort too close to one another. In this case, I actually do manage to kill an MG, and oh, I almost killed a Gren as well. I might have actually killed a Gren as well. Oh, he's probably going to just get out of there. But what my opponent, he actually got lucky there because I didn't place that off-map artillery very well. I could have placed it in between the MG and the mortar, and
potentially killed both, also potentially could have killed neither of them. Am getting the level 1 supply art upgrade, so that's going to help out my vet as well as my manpower income. And at this point, the game is pretty much lost for my opponent, won for myself. Going to move my MG over to the right hand side, but it really all came down to the few early game flanks. My opponent going the early sniper tech, which was a good idea if I couldn't counter it, but of course when you lose the sniper in first 5 or so minutes of the game, that's really not going to help you out very much. I am shooting at the bunker because I want to kill the bunker, and my sniper is shooting. I actually think I might have killed my sniper. I don't know why he isn't shooting me or trying to counter snipe my sniper, but I am going to take breaks in between shooting with my sniper, like right here. I keep him on attack move, and I mean on hold fire, and if you attack move it overrides the hold fire for as long as the attack move is on. So that's just a good way to keep your sniper from revealing itself when you don't want it to, while at the same time letting it shoot as much as it wants when you want it to shoot as much as it wants. And in this case, I don't really want it to shoot as much as it wants, because the more often I shoot the sniper consecutively, the longer it takes for it to recloak, which means it is a lot easier to counter snipe. And I think the counter snipe chance in retail is like 0.5 on the move, which is, it's good because it rewards microing your snipers, which is always a good thing. Always want to reward players for playing well, or reward players for micro. There is a pack right there, so I'm going to charge it with my rifles and drop off map, because packs are very, very slow to move, especially if my opponent decides not to decloak it before he moves it, which I think is actually what he does, silly enough. Yes, he doesn't actually decloak. So it's going to take out the pack, take out the gun, take out some grands, and he is going to GG out of this game. So that was a hopefully educational cast, give you a little insight onto countering early snipers, playing aggressively as Americans on Angoville, positioning your units for flanks, and all that fun stuff. I will be posting more videos hopefully soon. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.